Takes a while to kick in before people notice. Let's see what I've got going on here. My immune system's fighting well. 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 Hold on. Hey, I see you, folks. I see you. I see you. I see you. Everybody dance now. Everybody dance now. Everybody dance. Greetings. I see you. I see you. I see you. I hope I get this right here. Hold on. Okay. Okay, it looks like we are live. Let's have a look. Oh, hey. Woo! Let's dance. Everybody dance just to celebrate that we're alive. My Hey Angela, what's going on? Hey Rohit, what's going on? Hey Liz, what's going on? Hey Precious, what is going on? Hey, hey. Hey Rachel. Hey Rachel. Hey Rachel. Do. Constance, Constance, Constance. Somewhere in time, somewhere in time, somewhere in time, somewhere in time. Go lucky, happy go lucky, happy go lucky, happy go lucky, happy go lucky. Listen, let's move. Hey old son, hey Rohit, hey Rohit, hey Angie, dibbity doo, dibbity doo. Whoa! 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 Okay. Okay. So, a couple of things. Let me just turn the music down for a moment. Hold on. Best original score. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, Olson. Thank you, Jackie. Best original score. Absolutely. Now, tonight, with Oscar night, of course, as you know, the whole of the United States is on complete paralytic standby. Every television station, every YouTube channel, every sofa, everything is locked down. All our screens are mesmerized. We are attached to the glories of Hollywood. Hey, Nora. Hey, Nora. Hey, Jenny. Hey, Jenny. I'm surprised we have anybody here tonight, frankly. I don't watch the Oscars myself. As far as I'm concerned, this is the Oscars night for us guys, okay? I hope you don't mind. I'm taking full advantage, okay? Hey, Abby. Abby, I got to say, Abby, you are in the running for an Oscar tonight. I have to tell you, everybody, there's a very good chance that Abby is going to be right up there at the top, for sure. We already know that. Yeah. So, of course, there's a lot of really good contenders out there. You know, there's You know, we got all Sun, Empress. Wait a minute, who? Lorraine Hedges. We got a newcomer, Lorraine Augius. Okay, well, there's always room for newcomers. Yeah, we got the newcomers. Sharon, of course, yes, for her part in Terra Illumination Part 2. Yes, well done. And Gunim Tuduri, of course. Gunim Tuduri, yes. This is for the alternate language Oscars at Terra Illumination, of course. Alternate titles, alternate names, yes. And Lena, of course, from south of the equator, I believe. I think Argentina, Brazil, representing Argentina, Brazil here tonight. We have Lena. Lena grown in effects. Okay, so Rohit. Rohit, good evening. Rohit representing India, representing Bollywood tonight. Rohit, I hope you have your tuxedo. I hope you've got your tuxedo and your cufflinks all pressed and ready to go. I hope you have your hair all groomed and everything's perfect. Okay? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Lorraine Agius. Aguis. I can't say it. I don't know how to say it, but thank you for visiting. Delia, welcome. It is 9/11. Yes, of course. It's a very, very important time. Empress, dear High Empress. So, yes, it's a very, very big night. Of course, it's Oscar night for Terra Illumination. So, who, Lorraine Agius, a Scorpio queen. Okay, self-appointed Scorpio queen. Well done, Agius. Okay, so definitely in the running. Jenny Henderson, of course. You're not interested in what goes in Hollywood, Jenny? This is Hollywood. This is Hollywood happening now, right now. This is it. Okay. Thank you so, so much. Texas Gemini, Teresa Leach, Texas Gemini, holding the house down for Texas. Yes, well, well done. I wish we had a representative from every state in the United States. I wish we had a representative here at the Oscars night from every country in the world. We do pretty well. Frankly, I'm surprised anybody's here tonight, but that's okay. We're still going to have fun. That's what we do. Mostly this is just for fun and giggles, so we can have a chance to, you know, just celebrate our humanity, just the fact that we're alive and we're all deeply connected at the soul level, like we are here in our dear Terra Illumination Love Tribe. Thank you, Abby Cicerelli. Thank you so much, Abby. Yes. Yes, good evening. Everybody's shaking hands. Do your virtual online digital handshake. Oh, hi. How are you? Oh, yes. Good to see you. How are you doing? Oh, good evening, Rohit. Oh, good evening. Yes. Gold Coast, Queensland. That's up like Brisbane area. That's where everybody has their vacations. Have you seen that TV show? What's that cop show based up in Brisbane? It's really, really awesome. Like really dark, dirty stuff going on. And the hero always, of course, figures it out. And what's that actor? I think that actor, what's his name? He's got a bit of a lisp. I can't remember the show. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, speaking of giggles, where is Giggles tonight? There's a big, big notice. We are very aware of Giggles because of her absence this evening. So if she ends up collecting an Oscar, then I'm sure Alsan or Abby or Lena would be glad to accept it for her and take it home and sit on it for a while so that you know. Okay. Hello, Sharon. Good evening. Hi, Nora. Yes, yes. Hi, everybody. Well, so yeah. Also, she's playing poker. Of course, yes, of course. Poker, poker, poker. Why not? That's a good, wholesome, fun, silly, wacky thing to do. Now, the reality is, people, I don't have a lot of prizes to hand out here. The only prizes I can hand out here are a few free readings for folks. As you know, that's what we do here. Hello, Constance. Did I say hello to Constance already? Perhaps not. Okay. Well, good evening to you. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So, I don't know about you guys, but who would have ever guessed? Oh, Empress, yes, good evening. Giggles has a hot date. Yes, this would be the night. I mean, pretty much everyone in the United States is doing something hot and heavy tonight. Typically holding a glass of tea or cocoa or something around their own campfires, watching their own Oscar shows. So, like, uh, oh, you saw the leggings, Lena. Yes. Oh, yes. Let me tell everybody. Yes. Let me do a quick promotional thing here. I'll do a quick promotional. Thank you for reminding me, Lena. Couple of things. We'll do it like this. I'll do it like this, okay? Hold on. Let's just squash all this up here for now. We'll come back in a moment. Couple of things I want to bring to your attention. Number one, very, very, very important. Extremely important. Number one, first of all, let's do the basics, okay? Number one, we still have a raffle going on, okay? And I forgot that I probably didn't post all the buttons, but in case you're wondering, it's for a private reading, okay? I'm just doing all the promotional stuff to get it out of the way before we start doing the fun readings. So there's a raffle going on right now for Tarot Illumination full-blown private reading, okay? And the tickets are $3. And you have to go to the raffle. There's a little button over at the top, like a little round white button with an eye in it. If you click that on some of the videos, you will find it. Now, the reality is I haven't really promoted it very well. So tomorrow or the day after, I'll probably make a special video just to promote the raffle, okay? So that everybody can see the video and everybody has the button and it's just for the raffle, okay? So it's cheap. It's super, super cheap way to have a chance of getting a full private reading, all right? Okay, there we go. Wallace Shawn, is that it? Is that the guy, Wallace Shawn? And he's like the chief cop. He's the head cop. Is that right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's really, really cool. Okay. The next thing going on is downloads. Please, please, everybody, whoever gets a private reading, whenever you get a private reading, whenever you get a reading, there's a recording and it comes to you as a digital file, okay? It's so, so important. Please download. Please download as soon as possible when you get the file. Now, you know you can read the file direct from the links, okay? But the reality is Tarot Illumination cannot afford all the storage right now to keep these files. These files are huge. They're the size of a movie. And I just don't have enough stuff together here like in my life right now with Tarot Illumination to get all the storage together. But I'm working on it. So for the time being, when you get your file sent to you from your private reading, please download ASAP. Not just watch from the link, but actual click the download button. I'll have to write that again. It's for private readings. All right? All right. That was the next thing I wanted to tell you. The next thing is this. Merch. We got merch. We got merch, people. It's very early days, but for those of you who are very, very savvy about the online world, you know that merch is merchandise. That means stuff, cool, cool stuff. And I know Tarot Illumination is like a tarot channel, but why not have fun as well, you know, and be happy, all right? Because that's what I like to do. So we got merch. So there's going to be another video and another link, and it's at the place called Zazzle. It is a Zazzle store, okay? And this link is going to be connected to the tarotlumination.com website soon enough. So at that store, you can get things like Lena was talking about, like the leggings. I'll just put a list here. We got at the store, There's women's leggings for all you kind of like yoga girls. So we got leggings. We've got a cool watch. There's a beautiful pillow. There's a really awesome poster. There is a clock, an actual clock. It's very cool. And there is a hat. That's what I can remember for now. It's a Tarot Lumination Love Tribe hat. Okay? And it fits anybody. Okay? So you can always look cool wherever you go. And it doesn't matter your gender, your size, your weight, your height, or anything. Yeah. So the thing is, like, you know, I can't wear these leggings. I would look ridiculous, but they're very, very cool. And it's part of the very first collection that's coming out. And later this year, we're going to have 2 more collections. And it's going to be, each one's going to be quite different, but it's going to be the same merchandise. Leggings, watch, pillow, poster, clock, hat. And of course, we also have the scarf, the silk scarf. But the silk scarves are really expensive, and they're on a separate link for their own thing. All right, so that's kind of what I wanted to show you. Let me put this up here just for a moment so you can see it all. Okay, I'll do a quick recap. Number 1, a big raffle still going on for private readings. $3 a pop, super cheap. You just go to the link, get your ticket, and then wait till the end of the draw, and then we have a live show for drawing the ticket. And then whoever wins, we schedule your private reading, and it only costs you $3. So there you go. And whoever doesn't win, you get to sleep at night with a clear conscience, knowing that you helped someone else get enlightenment. There you go. Number 2, the downloads, private readings, people. For all of you guys who get private readings, please download the file ASAP, all right? Otherwise, it's going to disappear in the cloud forever. Last, we got the merchandise, okay? Merch. It's at the Zazzle store. It's going to be linked over there. You get leggings, watch, pillow, poster, clock, hat, and scarf. There's cool stuff. I'm not doing badges or belts or coffee cups and things. I just want to stick to things that I like, that I think are nice for Tarot Lumination. And of course, there's one more thing I wanted to tell you. Let's make it official. Number 4, the book, Wealth, Money, Finance. Okay? It's a little book. It's a little book I wrote years ago about what's happening to us across the world in January 2020. I made a couple of videos, but this is very important stuff for everybody to understand. Put this on your calendar, January 2020, okay? I don't have room here. I've run out of room. We'll have to make another video. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm trying to be very organized here. 4 very important things: the raffle, private reading downloads, merchandise, and the book. Okay? There you go. So, all right, let's have a look. I know you guys have been chatting amongst yourselves. I know you've got a lot of stuff to do, really important things to do. But for now, I think let's get everybody set up for some private readings. Well, these are going to be public readings, okay? So, RLQ, hey, oh, you saw them. Well done. Thank you so much. Please, RLQ. Tarot Lumination needs help to promote. If you see them, if you see anything you like there, obviously buy one, but also tell your friends. If you don't feel rich, but maybe if you have really rich neighbors or friends or something, and they need a present for somebody, tell them to go to that Zazzle store for Tarot Lumination, okay? It's called Tarot Lumination at the store, okay? Cool. You see? Yeah. Good evening, Jeffrey, good evening. Good to see you, man. I only get to see the screen very briefly here, but I get glimpses of some people. I haven't seen everybody's name tonight, but if I missed you, I'm sorry. But yeah, go look right now. Liz, go look right now. Go look at the Zazzle store right now. You've got it. ZAZZLE.com, and then you just search for Tarot Lumination, and you'll find the store. And please tell everybody about it. Okay? Tell everybody you know. Jeannie Stefan. Yes, we're all doing really well. Thank you very much for showing up. Well, actually, Jeffrey, it's I'm kind of derelict at the moment. The only place I've got the link right now is I think it's on last week's Sunday Night Live. I'm going to have to make a proper video just for the raffle, okay? So there's going to be a link. I better put that on here. Link coming soon, okay? Sorry about that. It's not very well organized. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, okay, yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, there we go. So that's kind of what's on the agenda right now. Very, very important news. Of course, as you know, this is more important than CNN. This is more important than Fox News. This is more important than the Oscars. I know. It's incredible what happens here. This channel, yes, it's just one of those things. It's for very special people who want love and healing. Not everybody wants love and healing. A lot of people love being miserable. They are in love with their problems, because without their problems, they don't have an identity. And that's kind of sad and tragic, but it's actually very common. And it doesn't have to be that way. It is actually possible to be happy from the inside out without having to apologize, without having to feel guilty. I know it sounds weird. I know. Yeah. So Angie's figured it out. This is the real news. All right, let's do something fun. First of all, before we get to it, I wanted to show you this. I know you've probably watched the show a few times, but this thing, people, who on earth would have ever expected how powerful this would be? We have this massive Pisces stellium right now, and it's going in and out for quite a few planets, and we're already heading towards the new moon on March 17th. But look at all that. Sun, Neptune, Mercury, Venus, Chiron, all in Pisces. And I don't know about you guys, but this energy has been very, very, very subtle, but really, really powerful. Wherever it's hitting you in your chart, wherever that is, wherever you have Pisces in your chart, okay, this is where it's going to touch you. This is for Aries, but it could be for Pisces, it could be for Aquarius or Capricorn or whoever or whatever. But it's been very much a very prominent theme about going very, very deep regarding your wounds, your deepest, most inner wounds, most particularly probably to do with love and relationship and home and family, and deep, deep wounds from birth. And they're kind of bubbling up to the surface, and it's making a lot of people like very uncomfortable and kind of sad and woozy and very, very hard to define what it is. So I hope you guys are doing well under this condition. It's going to change a lot by the end of the month. But for right now, there's a real emphasis on love and healing. So just go with it. Don't fight it. Like if you feel you just need to curl up on a sofa and cry, then please just do that. Okay? It's the best thing you can do. If you feel you need to sleep all day Saturday and, 2 fingers to the rest of the world, okay, just do that. It's all right. You'll be fine. So, because we all need love and healing, all of us. All right, let's have a look. Let's go to the group reading, okay? This is going to be, hold on. We're going to do a group reading tonight for everybody here. This is a reading for everybody who's here at the Love Tribe tonight, okay? So hold on. Let's set all this aside. We're now going to do a little group reading, okay? It's just for us tonight, just for us people here tonight. It looks on the screen like we got about 30 people, so please enjoy this, okay? Okay, we're going to have our group reading coming coming to a station near you right now. Okay, so please prepare yourselves. Okay, I'm going to clear the stage a little bit here just for a while, and then we'll come back later. All right, so we got plenty of room to play around. After we do the group reading, we're going to do a few freebie fun readings for some of you who are here tonight waiting to collect your own Oscars. Okay, all righty. Only you can be you. Hi, yes, good evening. Hi, Jeannie, Stefan. Yeah, yeah, yes, yes. So hang out amongst yourselves, make friends, get to know each other, share your stories, and just let Tarot Illumination kind of go loopy for a while into a little trance, and we'll do this reading, okay? All right, here we go. Look at my cards. They're so beat up. Look at it. Everything's falling apart. But I love them. I love my cards. You know, it's just the most stripped down basic deck, but look at that. I love them. All right, hold on. I need my decaf. Now the cards were already well shuffled in advance, but we're going to go to the last second so that you guys are a witness, all right? Empress really needs an Oscar. You need one simply because you've got Leo North Node. Yeah, I know. There's all sorts of. Hey, Laura Ellen Smith. Good evening, Laura Ellen Smith. I didn't see you earlier. As you know, tonight is Oscar night here on Tarot Illumination, so you might get a prize. There you go. Father Lucifer. Good evening, Father Lucifer. You know, you scare people with that name. I think you wrote in sometime last year to explain why it's not a scary name, but I can't remember. I don't remember the explanation. Okay. Yes, good evening, Laura. Hi, I see you here. Yes, I see you. I see you. I see you. I think I gave you a reading last week, didn't I? I do remember the name Laura coming up in the reading, and I have a feeling it was kind of an awkward reading, if I recall. Anyway. Jasmine Bambury. You sound like a movie star. Jasmine Bambury. I don't know if you've ever been here before. Jasmine Bambury. And somebody. Tuduri. And also this Tuduri. Okay, just so that you know, you two guys are going to get a little mini reading tonight. I know there's a lot of regulars who come here who really deserve a reading just automatically, but I don't recognize your names at all. So I think we need a bit of a hazing tonight just for fun, because there are a lot of regulars here who love to see what happens to the newbies who've never done this before. So it feels like, just pretend you're getting hazed, okay? Pretend you've just arrived at a new high school or something, and you're a little kid, and you're going to get picked on by the regulars who are here already. So, okay, I hope you don't mind. All right. Okay, I'll put Tuduri Nadine down at the bottom, okay? So we're not confused between all the other Tuduris. All right, so there you go. Empress High Priestess. Oh, whoa. Oh, wait, hold on. What was that? Somebody said that. Wait a minute. Stay there. Stay there. Hold on. I want to go back. I saw something on the screen. Hold on, people. Stay there. What? What? Liz wants one. Liz. Oh, like Liz Wolf? Empress getting us together in real time. Empress, can you write? Can you Empress, can you please write to me at terralumination.com? There's like a place where you can connect, and I'd like to follow up with you about this connecting in real time stuff, because a lot of people have been asking, and there's some business people who are asking too. Okay, so I'm a little bit shy, as you probably figured out, about these things, but eventually we're going to have to deal with it. So it's just an idea. Hold on, what's the matter with the lens? Shit. Excuse me, hold on. I got to take care of something here. I just need to check the cameras. Stay there. Don't go away, people. Okay, we're good. It's just my feeling is tonight it's Oscar night, so we might get fuzzy images from because there might be a lot of people using the internet tonight. So we'll see. All right. Hold on. Let's put this over here. Oh, I can see it from over here. It looks like the signal's getting really poor. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Hold on. I got to check something. Something else is going wrong. Technical issues. Stay there, everybody. Yes, Jackie, I see it. I see it. It's gone. I can see it from here. It has gone blurry. I don't know why. Special effects goes to Terra Illumination. No, it's not your eyes, Jeannie. It's not your eyes. It is the internet. You can blame it on the internet. All right. Now, I've been hearing a lot of shouts on the screen for Liz, who needs a reading. Not just wants one, but actually needs one. So that's okay. That's important. I'm only going to do a few readings tonight, okay? Because I need a break like you guys. So we'll come to that. I mean, if I could, I would give 30 readings tonight. I would just automatically do it for free. But anyway, okay. All right, let's do this, people. Let's not hold back. Let's not be shy. That slurping is Terra Illumination and decaf combined. All right, here we go. Cards are well shuffled in advance. Be careful what you're saying there with language on the screen, Empress. It could be easily misinterpreted. It's a constipation. Conspiration. Excuse me. Sorry. Thomas Bayliss. It's your first time. See, Cha Edwin already knows the deal. He already knows that there's probably some other tarot readers here who would be happy to give like a subterranean reading. So if I can't get to everybody tonight, please reach out. There's other readers here. I know you're out there lurking, or some of you are right out front here, right in the front rows, hanging out with all the other guests here at Tarot Illumination Oscar Night. I'm not doing nobody. A double negative, yeah. I get it. Yeah. Liz, you are an aspiring reader. You are an inspiring reader. Yay. Okay. Okay, so I'm glad you're figuring out all this stuff amongst yourselves. In other words, take full advantage of the Terra Illumination Love Tribe live campfire setting. Cards are well shuffled now. We're going to go into the cut and the spread, and you'll have to excuse me, but I kind of get a bit trancy here. You can just kick back and enjoy, chat amongst yourselves, and the story will unfold. Okay? It's just for all of us. Bless you, all of you, for hanging out here and coming here tonight and sharing all your love in the room, bringing your angels, your own kit, your own personal team. Terra Illumination is in full participation right now here tonight. I'm very, very lucky to have a really super awesome family on the other side. And they like to be very involved in what they're doing, what we are doing here. And there's even an internship that's going on as well at the same time. I know it sounds strange, but that's how it is over here at Terra Illumination. There are 7 young interns who are literally just, you know, what interns do. They just kind of hang in the background and they observe and they participate, but in a very discreet manner, okay? And it's for their own edification. Cards are shuffled and cut. We're ready to go. This is all of us at the Heart Core Center. Our hearts know what we need, know what we want, and it is up to us as our own distinct individuals to feed us and nurture ourselves for who we are, to become who we are, so that we are not bound and strapped with all our pain and sorrows and nightmares from the past. And we are not projecting our future based on all the failures of our past. Also, inversely, we're not deluding ourselves with all of our hopes and wishes and dreams that are beyond tangible and projecting those into a future where there's guaranteed disappointment. Instead, here at Terra Illumination with you guys, my feeling is that our heart center is very much to do with the present and the moment and the now, on the understanding that we are all deeply flawed in our own ways, and we are all deeply magnificent in our own ways, and all we're trying to do here is play to our strengths. That's all. Okay, that's all the heart wants, that's all it needs, and it's up to us to provide that. What are we bringing in with us? This is our legacy, our baggage, our history, perhaps all our pain and suffering, perhaps our triumphs, perhaps our resumes, perhaps our, as they call it in showbiz or Hollywood, your reel. This is your reel for all the awesome clips that you've extracted from all the movie excerpts from your life to this moment in time that qualifies you for an Oscar here tonight. Over here, this is the ever-present now, where we are sitting riveted to our seats, where time does not exist, where it doesn't matter who we are, where we came from. It doesn't matter who we are, where we're going. All that counts is right now, because it is in the now where we hold our power. And our power is expressed and communicated through the healing power of our decision-making phenomena over here. And it requires tremendous courage and poise and trust and honesty to be deeply present in the now, tremendous courage, and to be willing to hold yourself in that moment, in that time and space, and make your life affirming, loving decisions, heartbeat by heartbeat. Okay, so how do we do that effectively? Okay, how do we do that here tonight effectively? And carry on this energy, hopefully extend that for the next week. So let's say we do that effectively. There's always risk because we're facing what I would call the unknown over here in our pulsing heartbeat of life. We are generating consequence. Okay, now because we are, what do they say on that show? What's that show with Garrison Keeler that like all the children are all the guys are handsome and all the girls are gorgeous and everyone's gifted, something like that. Well, we're very lucky just to be here, just to hang out. The fact that you guys even found this place, Terra Illumination, the fact that I even had figured out how to do this, it's awesome. I get to share this with you, and you get to share your love and support with me over here. It feeds on itself, okay? That's the energy of consequence that we're talking about right here. And I do not feel that we're just floating around like corks, giving away our life energy to what we call fate. I feel that this is very conscious energy here. However, even in our best intentions, we are subject to our own fears and our own shadows, where even with our best intentions and loving intentions and wishes for our best decisions, we can mess up. So what happens when we mess up? If we mess up? And then what happens, of course, if we get it right? It's the same energy, but one is the inverse of the other. Over here, what about prospects? How does this lead us into the next heartbeat? I'm hoping you see this as a heart shape, and I'm trying to do this as a journey literally as we live heartbeat, heart by heartbeat, breath by breath through our lives. And we're just taking a snapshot moment here and now as a group energy thing for all of us. Okay? Next, before we actually get into the reading itself, we're going to look at circumstantial energy, where we just have to be aware of this and make the best of it. I know, a lot of parts of the United States, there's been extreme weather, extreme tragedies and losses, and that's just how it is. Um, we live in a country of extremes. We have extreme tropical energy, we have extreme Arctic energy here, and we all figure it out how to deal with it. And then we get on to live another day. So let's have a look. With the Two of Pentacles here, everybody, what I'm feeling is that all of us are doing an extremely good job of handling things that are very hard to handle. Okay? Uh, my feeling is that this relates directly, absolutely directly to uh, this massive Pisces stellium that is with us right now. This energy is very, very nebulous, very hard to navigate, very hard to understand, because it is so Neptunian, so amorphous, so pure. It's the energy of dreams, of daydreaming, of illusions, optical illusions, of idealism, of beauty, of universal love, of compassion for everyone, understanding that we are all one soul. We all have soul connections in the vast understanding. We are all soulmates with each other. And yet on the individual plane, how does that translate? Whatever's not working can feel very, very painful. It's the energy of people who are struggling with life and existence, where even the slightest mishaps trigger tremendous pain and suffering. It is the place where we have dumped all our garbage and all our trash for a lifetime, for perhaps lifetimes, or for the last uh, lunar cycle, or for the last Saturn cycle, whatever it is. This can represent a very, 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 very delicate, painful part of our life, wherever this Pisces element lands in your chart. And my feeling here, because of the nature of tarot illumination, where the ultimate theme is all about love and healing, and how we bring that to ourselves and to each other, what's going on here is we're doing a very good job of balancing reality with anything that's not real. This Piscean energy can take us way out there into dreamland, to the point where we're almost like literally in the clouds, lost, delusional, illusional, but also having brilliant awareness about how incredibly lucky and fortunate we are just to be these entities called human beings, and all the turbulence that we have to deal with and manage in everyday life. All I'm saying is that it's out there, just like turbulence. It's just like the weather channel is turned on to the maximum, and all the worst things are happening at the same time, and we're doing an incredibly good job of handling it. Okay? Literally handling it, juggling it between ourselves and each other. Like, if Allsum can't handle it for one moment, he knows he can come here. If Abby can't handle it for one moment, she knows she can come here. If Terra Illumination can't handle it for a moment, Terra Illumination can check in with some of you guys. That's how it works. We love each other, we support each other, and it all balances out. It's like holding wake, holding balance in a very unsteady sea. So, what about our heart? Okay. One of the things that's hard about this is that I feel it's taking us to a realization of our individuality here, where in the end, uh, what really, really counts is being truly, truly honorable to yourself at the deepest soul level, and understanding that you are a fully individuated being, that we are all individuals here, unique individuals, completely unique, with our own soul path, our own soul life journey, but that we share certain common themes that are universal themes that belong to all of us. And we're all here to love and support each other on our own individual journeys here. And so that we can literally, with like group energy support, we can, like for example, Constance can provide light to Rohit, or Marilyn can provide light to Lena, or something like that. But it's individual to individual. You're still responsible for your own core soul energy, your own core soul light, and you become your own guiding light, your own your own guide. And sometimes it's a very, very painful thing for us to deal with, um, because a lot of us don't want to do that. We want to outsource our decision making. We want to outsource our life to something or someone else where we don't have to deal with this energy. This can be extremely hard energy for some of us to handle when it's at the core heart of us. It's almost like doesn't matter how deeply you are involved in a loving relationship, and you come to the realization that the person lying next to you who loves you so much and the person lying next to you that loves you so much is going to expire at one day at one time, and there will be tragedy, there will be loss, and yet we still continue. We intimate, we separate, we reproduce and multiply in this almost indestructible, in raw defiance of humanity, of nature, and all the tragedy that's out there. We still find ways to individuate and become reborn again. What are we bringing in with us here? Okay, my feeling is that um, it is very much about the journey right now, about a group desire, a group mission, a group wish to move away from all the, let's say, the murkiness, the drama, the the discomfort, everything that represents just like what I would call psychic goop or emotional garbage, or you know, fifth dimension lint, everything that's clouding up and clogging up your psychic oil filters, your mental air filters, all of that. It's a group desire here that we all want to move on and take with us the things that really, really count, which is mostly to do with attitudes and beliefs and understandings of respect, mutual respect, mutual kindness, mutual listening, mutual patience, mutual support, those kind of energies. It is a desire to move away from what is not working and move towards what is working in calmer waters, let's say. Very much to do with the turbulence of the time right now. What about the ever present now? Well, I feel like all of us are doing an extremely good job of handling this. And I'm just, from a personal perspective, I'm letting you know that I have my own challenges here, just like you guys, and I try to deal with them just as if I was giving you guys a private reading. I treat myself as my own, let's say, client. Okay, and it can be very hard to do, especially with energy like this, which is sometimes extremely hard to define. Sometimes it's extremely hard to even put words to this. It's like trying the energy of trying to diagnose a disease or an illness that has really never actually been defined before, and yet we have to define that. We have to know what that is, and the thing is, we're actually doing it. That's what I feel here, is that we are actually doing this. No matter how hard it is, we're actually doing it. And yeah, it's taking us to the limits of our abilities to cope, but we're doing it. Okay? There's no question that we are not going to prevail here. It's just that, like, some of us were maxed out. We're totally maxed out to the absolute limits of our abilities. And in some ways, that's why I feel a certain type of person comes to the Tarot Illumination channel, because it's like it's a place where it's okay to be this way. It's okay to be totally tapped out, totally maxed out, totally tuned in, but to the max, where it's almost like burnout. And where else do you go? I'm very fortunate with Tarot Illumination that, because I've worked as a, let's say, a consultant for healers or for psychics and mediums, I understand what you guys are going through. Like, the higher you, decide to evolve and grow, you would think the happier you would get. But typically, what happens, we attract deeper and deeper, more challenging issues from deeper and deeper inside our souls. And we think, well, wait a minute. It wasn't supposed to be that way. I thought it was all about getting happy and spiritual, and then everything's fine. And we just go into autopilot. No, no, no. It's an ever increasing journey where it's almost like the challenges get tougher and tougher. And that's why it's very, very conducive for us to be here, work as a group, because it's very hard to do the kind of healing that we need to do on ourselves without each other. Okay? That's my feeling here. So this is, to me, very courageous energy that represents you guys. These are the, like, it's like you guys are the ones who are all lined up right now to collect an Oscar just because you're alive now, just because you're here tonight, just because you made it this far. You deserve an Oscar just for showing up. Okay? And that's my way of trying to get out, and that's my excuse for not being able to give everybody a free private reading tonight. There you go. So in our power, how do we make decisions? Okay, my feeling here with the hangman is that we deliberately allow ourselves to wig out. We deliberately allow ourselves to like scream our heads off if we have to, lock ourselves into the bathroom and yell at the mirror, or lie down, crash down face first into a sofa and scream and yell into the sofa, to the point where you are totally tripped out and you don't know who you are or what you are anymore, and you deliberately dissociate yourself from yourself so that you're not trapped in some kind of egoic cycle of woe is me, or coulda, woulda, shoulda, or maybe we could do this, or what's going to happen about my future, and how can I repair all the damage of my past? No. What I'm feeling here is that in the moment, in the right now, you take all your courage, just the little tiny remnants that we have left, and you allow yourself to go totally berserk and liberate. It's almost like deliberately detaching yourself from yourself and understanding that uh, it's like you're part of a collective. You, as an individual, are part of the collective, where in some ways the best thing we could do is literally like shake it out. To me, it almost feels like saying, like Tarot Lumination is saying, hey, wake up, everybody. Take the dumpster of your life, the place where you dump all your trash and all the things that you can't understand. Take it outside, out in the middle of nowhere, and shake it out, empty it, and just blow it off into the wind. Set fire to it, blow it up, pour gasoline on it. Whatever you have to do, completely detach yourself from all the bindings and all the earthly goop and psychic lint of your own self and from other people, and obliterate it. Use the healing power of no to just go completely F you, F you, F you, and F you, F this, F that, and almost like reduce yourself to um, uh, not like nothing, reduce yourself to uh, like what I would call complete detachment, where there's no egoic attachment to yourself at all anymore. So how do you do that in a way that nurtures you here, so that you can like keep the pulse going, keep the journey going? Oh, beautiful. Wow. Okay. This is awesome, folks. This is what I'm feeling. What it's all about is literally, how can I put this in words? It's like making deliberate efforts to catalyze the energy of the tower, where it's almost like you're deliberately putting dynamite into the building, into the redundant, obsolete structures of your life, everything that needs healing, that cannot be healed through traditional healing. And you like, you give up the ego and say, we have to blow up all this stuff now. Blow up. We're going to blow. It's almost like deliberately invoking the energy of the tower and saying, we're going to blow up and obliterate anything and everything in our life, in our world, that is not about love, self-love, and the healing power of love. And we're going to take it, strip it down to the foundations, and allow ourselves to start again. And I feel that new start again will be somehow magically aligned with the Pisces new moon coming up around March 17th. Okay, from which time a new energy will be unfolding. And with this Pisces energy, for all of us, it's very much about the 12th house energy of the decay, the ending, the burial, the funeral, the ending of the end, the realization of our own self-undoing. And it's time to look at ourselves squarely in the mirror, detach egoically from all our deeply bedded habits of self-undoing, and put a bomb under it and just blow it up and say enough is enough, and then we can start all over again. Consequently, you see, it's like a little formula. To me, the tower is one of the most powerful healing cards in the deck. It's like it's like blowing up anything and everything that's not good for you or serving you. And that puts you, uh, it's like pressing the factory reset button on your computer, where it just wipes out everything on your hard drive, all your programs, your softwares, your browsers, your files, everything, documents, obliterates it, and you get a factory reset, like brand new. There you are. That's it. That's what it all is. It's about making conscious, deliberate decisions to be happy from the inside out first. So your happiness is not contingent upon egoic expectations of the future based on egoic understandings of the past. No, it's all about right here, right now, creating, generating happiness in the moment by deliberately obliterating anything that gets in the way of our individual happiness as individuals, and then that feeds into the collective. Okay, that's the best thing you can do, is love yourself like this as the individual, and then bring yourself back into the collective. Okay, that's the most loving thing you can do. So what happens, this is a very, very tall order. That's what I'm feeling, people. What happens if we don't do this, or we mess up? It gets pretty scary, and it's easy to get lost in the murkiness. It's very, 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 very easy to slip into the shadow energy of Neptune, where, like, if your pain and suffering is too much to handle, you would start self-medicating more than ever before, having too many drinks, having too many smokes, too much herb, too much weed, too much alcohol, too much work, too much, let's say, if you're an addict of any kind, too much self-medicating, too much, blaming others, like taking it out. Some people can get very violent and expressive, or very blaming and very judgmental. Anything to avoid having to clean up their own doo-doo. And so this is a very, very tall order here. Okay, we're under a lot of pressure to take very, very close look at ourselves, at the deepest, most painful part of ourselves, where we store all of our doo-doo, and just admit that we have to clean this stuff up as individuals. We're helping each other. I can help you to show you how to clean up your own doo-doo, and you can help me here in mutual. But in the end, we all have to clean up our own mess. Okay, that's what I'm sensing here. So if we don't do that, you end up lost. It's like ending up being in the nut house, where you can't tell upright from right anymore, and the shadow energy, the hangman energy starts to prevail, where we get lost in our journey, totally lost and frightened and scared of ourselves. However, when we do honor this, let's say, intention to obliterate, or deliberately obliterate our attachments to our egoic desires, to uh, about how our identities are attached to our pain and misery, and say enough is enough, blow it all up, I want real happiness that comes from the inside out. Then the moon energy here turns like into this, like, sacred, what I feel is like sacred initiation. Like when you get initiated into something, and you get brought in, like if you're invited to join, like, the union of something or other, uh, you get invited to go in somewhere. The best things happen by invitation. You're just living your life, and then somebody taps you on the shoulder and says, by the way, we've noticed you, you're very, very special, we would like you to join us. And you kind of go, wow, that's so cool. It's very scary, because it's weird. You'd be going to somewhere that you didn't know about before, and it could be a little disconcerting, because your internal spiritual GPS was not prepared, but it's still awesome. Okay, prospects. Yes. Okay. So with the Knight of Wands, let's say, by you guys being courageous and willing enough to go through this very, very challenging, let's say, period right now, which does take huge amounts of courage, and huge amounts of intention, courage and intention. Let's say you live through this, you understand what we're talking about here at Terra Illumination, and you realize, oh my gosh, I kind of see what Terra Illumination is talking about. I get it. It becomes actually kind of inspiring, to the point where you can actually enjoy the process. you kind of get off on it. You think, wow, I get it. I blew up my own crap. I found a way to obliterate, like setting fire to your own garbage dump so that it just disperses, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and everything goes back to nature again. It's very inspiring to the point where you want to tell other people about it, where you want to share your story, your adventure, your own healing, your own pathway to self healing to others. So it becomes a self fulfilling uh, mechanism. It's like a formula, like a process. Okay. So that's what I'm here feeling here for us guys here tonight. Because I get off on this stuff, as you can probably tell. And all I'm trying to do is help you guys understand like the internal processes of what goes on here at Terra Illumination. Because really, I'm all about the love and the healing, helping you guys to get to who you are and where you are, mostly by removing the obstacles. And most of those obstacles lie very deeply buried within, and we're all doing a very good job of handling it. And all I'm trying to do is improve your chances here so that you can own your happiness from the inside out, so that your happiness is not contingent upon this person or that job or that thing or that money or that place or that idea or that um, whatever you want to call it, way of life or a religion or something, a career, whatever it is. You can own your happiness from the inside. All right. So let's leave it at that. Thank you very much. Thank you all so much for showing up and listening. I'm really, really happy to do this for you. And I hope you get something out of it and you can like reinterpret this for yourself if you can. Okay, I need to put on that song again because I'm a little bit spacey. I'm feeling very spacey from having given this reading to you. So give me a moment here and let's see if we can just chill for a second, all right? Okay, here we go. Good night, Angie. Thanks for showing up. Good night. I'm going to shuffle on the side, okay? All right, folks. All right. Needed a little break there. Liz, you're up. Liz, I'm going to get you a little private reading here, okay? A little public reading. Sorry, it's very, very public. Hope you don't mind. This is your chance for a little private reading. Let's do it like this. Just put this over here. I think we got enough room, have we? You're right. Okay, something like that. All right, here we go. Liz, I hope you're up. I know some of you guys had to go early. I know the Oscars are screaming at you, the real Oscars. And yeah, so enjoy it, okay? Lena, it's 1:11 over there. Wow, seriously? You're up late. Okay, Liz, I see you on the screen. I see that you were here. Here we go. Now, this is just for fun, okay, Liz? I'm going to keep it very light. If it gets pretty heavy and I feel it, then, you know, we might have to follow up later. But I hope you get something out of this. I hope you can, you know, reinterpret if you need to. If it sounds completely loopy to you, then please dedicate it to someone else, because they might, sometimes it happens where the reading is very confusing for the client, but it makes a lot of sense for someone else who's here tonight. And I don't know why that happens, but sometimes it happens, okay? So let's please allow for that, all right? Hello, Imelda. Hi, good evening. Hi, Imelda. Okay, 11:11. I love that number. Jeannie, hi. Hi, Jeannie Stephan. Hi, Jeannie Stephan. Hi. I love the way you all like greet each other. It's almost like a group hug thing. It's just pretty awesome. I love that. So cards are well shuffled in advance. Liz, I'm going for it now. So just bear with me as I go into my little kind of trance thing. I can't help it. That's just how it is. Please invite your angels to stay very, very close and observe and hang by. And we'll make the best of it, all right? Cards are well shuffled. And we're now going to go for it. I'm going to break it up as much as I can and keep things stable, and I'll try to be as true as I can for you. Okay, here's the situation, here's the challenge, here's how we're going to handle it. We're going to look at circumstantial energy. I like to call it the weather, and we're not going to let the weather own you. You're going to make the best of it, okay, Liz? You have judgment, so please jump up on your chair or throw away the blankets of your bed, jump around the kitchen, do whatever you have to do. Celebrate the fact that somewhere in some department, some element, some facet of your life, you're getting a free get out of jail card. Like, it doesn't matter if you screwed up. If this is something to do with relationships, if your circumstances are telling you, reflecting around you, like, it's okay, Liz, it's okay, it's all right. Whatever you did, like if you screwed up with all your credit cards, or you really pissed off your boss at work or school or something, or you had a terrible time with your family and relatives and just awful stuff happened, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is, to me, it feels like you are forgiven and you are forgiving. The whole thing about judgment here is like the complete graciousness of understanding how incredibly amazing it is to be a human being, and understand, like, it doesn't matter like who you are, where you came from, or what you did. And yes, you might have all sorts of errors, and you might have to, you know, make amends and everything, but deep at the soul level, this is an indication that you're free to go. You are redeemed. You have a chance to start from scratch. And even if you've caused great harm to others, and especially if others have caused great harm to you. This is a chance for you to forgive and forget. This is a chance for you to bless your enemies, literally bless them, bless them. Be loving, be loved, be loving, be loved. Let them know that you are very loving and that you are very loved. Like this, I am loving, I am loved. It has to come from you inside, first of all, Liz. You can do this with yourself. I do this with myself at home. I know it sounds a little bit narcissistic, but I have to. I have to do it to sustain my own energy here. I am loving. I am loved. 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 And what I would like to do is include us. Okay? Okay? We are loving. We are loved. 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 And I do this to brainwash myself. I do this to live as if. It's almost like I dissolve anything that is not what I just said. I do it by literally by invocation, by the power of the spoken word, by the power of the written word, by the power of the listening word. And I bring that energy in by invocation, by choice. And you have that chance, that opportunity right now. Okay? Let's have a look. What's the situation here? Okay. So if you're in a situation where it's almost like, if you've been kind of in a sense of imprisonment, spiritual, psychological, financial, emotional, relationship, familiar, family things, parental, child, whatever it is, where there might have been a sense of imprisonment in some kind, where you had very little choices in life, where certain things happened to you in life, where you were essentially crippled in some way, in ways that I just described. They might be invisible conditions like uh, psychologically, emotionally crippled or something like that. And you're getting a chance to reboot, restart again. It can be very, let's say, a very disorienting experience. Liz, just for example, you're watching a movie and it's about, cops and prisons and everything. And there's the prisoner, and the prisoner is kind of a hero of the movie because he was not guilty, but he's been living in prison so long, or she's been living in prison so long that they don't know anything else anymore. And when they are redeemed, and when they are forgiven, and when they are released into humanity, into the open world of freedom, free will, and free choices, like we have here in the United States, it can be very, very disorienting. It could be very, very trippy to the point where you don't really know what to do or how to do it or share it with or how to handle any of it. It doesn't really matter. The point is that my feeling is that there is a sense of liberation that is going on here with you, Liz, either a desire for the liberation or the fact that you now have a moment to, let's say, experience liberation. It's just that it could be very disorienting for you about, well, what do I do with all of this now? What should I do with all my dreams, my desires, my ambitions, my love? Well, what is it I need? It's almost like having to, the situation is almost like trying to figure out, what does this mean for me in my life now going forward? What am I going to do with my own capacity to love? What am I going to do with the love that's out there available to me? What is that love thing? It's almost like having to deliberately get down on your knees, look up at heaven and say, please, dear angels, please, guardian angels, please, God, bring down into life, into this world now, the love that I actually truly deserve, even though I don't know what it is. I don't know the shape, the form, the name, the style, the condition, the circumstances, the person, or the place. Just please bring me the love in the form of like a divine appearance. What is the challenge with that? Okay, believing whether this is possible. Okay, it almost sounds like Tarot Lumination is talking like a complete lunatic right now, and Liz is sitting there thinking, what on earth is TL talking about? And the thing is, my feeling is that we've actually probably touched on something that deep down in your soul, we know what we're talking about, but it might be a bit too delicate to put into open conversation, or that it might be too hard to even understand in yourself right now. But deep at your soul, you know what this is about. And the question is, do you have the courage and the willingness to face up to it, absolutely face on in your full majesty, and let's say allow yourself to be forgiven, or allow yourself to forgive others, and allow the new energy to unfold, even though it could be very disorienting and very confusing for you. And that's the problem I feel here, is that it's almost like the fear of your own authority, the fear of your own majesty, the fear of your own truth, the fear of your own, let's say, knowledge and wisdom of what you know to be. Okay? Now that's a problem, because this is the energy of self-doubt, extreme self-doubt, maybe extreme self-consciousness, um, uh, a fear of your own like ego going out of whack. Like if you are naturally very compliant and loving and compassionate, and all of a sudden you're being urged to like go for it and grab your chance at life and love, it's almost like, "Oh, I can't do that. That's completely against my nature." It's frightening, the whole idea of loving oneself first. You can't do that. Huh. Me forgive them forgive me? Huh, no chance. However, that's I feel that's the fear here that's holding it all back. So how do we deal with that? This is like almost like being at war with yourself. Okay, my feeling here is that it might be an idea to get professional help in some way or form or other, get practical advice, get some kind of clear, thoughtful perspective on your situation, bring clarity, put language, put words to all this stuff that doesn't make any sense. Try to define what it is. Be very brave, be very courageous, face yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I can handle this, and do it bit by bit, one step at a time. Work at it so that you can understand your true self-worth, so that you're not wandering around in a cloud of self-doubt, or wondering whether you deserve to be forgiven, or whether you should be forgiving anybody, or whether you even deserve a chance to redeem or be redeemed. Instead, understand that it is perfectly possible, but it does require a lot of self-respect, a lot of courage, looking yourself in the mirror and realizing, yes, there is work to do, but it's worth it. It's worth investing in yourself. It's worth it if you have to absolutely start from scratch again, but put yourself first and invest and work and work and work. Don't work yourself into oblivion. All I'm saying is turn it into a work, um, like an investment program every day, doing something to invest in yourself and allow yourself to feel uh, more and more self-worth, and go forward from there. Like build, like it's almost like build a new legacy for yourself. You have the permission and the freedom and the liberty now to rebuild a new legacy for yourself, and leave anything and everything behind that was not appropriate for you, that was confusing for you and delusional for you. And like if you were like an alcoholic or something, or if you were susceptible to fantasies and dreams that just were not viable or feasible, this is a chance to come back into reality and start from scratch again, wherever that is in your life. Relationships, home, family, money, career, something like that. Okay? I hope I didn't hurt your feelings, Liz. I hope you make something out of this or get something out of it. All the best. I thank you for coming tonight. You deserve an Oscar. There you go. All right, next. Okay, I got to shuffle some cards. I'm going to do a little bit of shuffling here. So everybody, chat amongst yourselves. If you need to get a second opinion, Liz, I know that there's some wonderful people out there who will give you their perspective. And if you are a pretty good reader already, then maybe you can reinterpret for yourself. Liz, if you want to be a professional tarot, to be self-sufficient one day, well, we can talk about that. I can give you some tips. Okay? Thank you, Liz. I'm glad you get something out of it. Thank you, Liz. I really thank you for the endorsement there. That really makes me feel good. I'm so glad I could do something useful for you. And it's all about getting the love and the healing to flow again into one's life. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our lives from up above. All right, Liz, thank you so much. That was wonderful. Jasmine, Jasmine, are you still here? Jasmine, are you still here? Can you type it in the screen? I'm going to go over here and look at the screen. I need to see if Jasmine is here. It'll take a few seconds because there's a delay on the channel, on the show, but I would like to know that Jasmine is here. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle and I'm going to wait for Jasmine to write on the screen. Oh, I see you. I see you there already. Thank you, Jasmine. Hi, I'm glad you stayed for the show. Imelda, a lot of people are really, really exhausted right now. I think a lot of it is to do with the huge Pisces cluster here. This thing, let me just show you, Imelda. This thing is very, very big right now. And we just had, on March 1st, we had the Pisces Virgo full moon, and it was a very, very heavy emphasis on healing. And in Tarot Illumination world, that means revealing it to heal it. And sometimes when a lot of things come up that need healing, it can be very exhausting, very draining. You can feel very depressed, sad, anxious, lost, confused. All you want to do is stay at home, stay in bed and sleep and self-medicate, okay? That's perfectly normal right now. Of course, you don't want to live the whole of your life that way, but it's perfectly normal to feel this energy right now, okay? So you don't have to take it too personally, Imelda. A lot of us are feeling these things. So don't worry. It will change. The weather will change. Please allow for the next few weeks to unfold. And when we get to the Pisces new moon, this energy of healing is probably going to be even more amplified. So if you're feeling really crappy, just allow that to happen. Allow yourself to sleep in late. Allow yourself to rest. Do whatever you have to be very, very kind to yourself. Don't force anything and let this go through you. The whole idea is that these planets are helping you. They want you to feel it. They want you to know what needs healing. They want whatever needs healing to be revealed, okay? So that's the whole vibe of this thing right now, and it's typically very uncomfortable. It's the energy of having to go to a doctor or go to the hospital and admit that you're sick and feel really crappy and you need help. It's okay to do that, all right? Jessica G, Jessica G, Jessica G is in the house. Yeah, primary, sometimes you have to, but primary, you do know that you have to give yourself a break too to recover. You can't push, 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 push forever, okay? All right, Jasmine, I know you're here. I saw you. So, Jasmine Bambry, you're up. And I guess you saw what happened in the last reading, so you'll get an idea what happens next, all right? So I hope everybody's having fun on Oscar night. I'm very honored to have you here. I know you could be watching the Oscars, but maybe you're doing both. Maybe you've got Tarot Illumination on your smartphone, and maybe the Oscars are on your big screen TV. I don't know. I don't even have a TV, so I don't know. I don't even know who's going to be at the Oscars. Yay. Hi, Jessica. I see you. Yay. All right, here we go. Cards are shuffled. Give me a few moments to get in the zone here, and we will go. Okay, Jasmine? All right. We're very lucky to be here, all of us. I'm very lucky to have you guys. Thank you, Jasmine, for showing up, giving us this chance to read for you. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to deal with it. And let's have a look at circumstantial energy. Remember, that's maybe just a reflection of you, or maybe it's just what's around you, whatever you're having to endure. Call it life, call it the weather. And you, Jasmine, of course, simply because you showed up at Terra Illumination, by definition, we're going to say you're one of these people. You don't take it personally, you just make the best of it, okay? Okay, and you have the Ace of Swords. So my feeling here is with cards of sacred opportunity like this, these do not arrive unless you've earned them, okay? And again, it doesn't mean you have to accept this. It's the energy of opportunity. The thing is about opportunity is that it's up to us to recognize the opportunity and then grab it, because this doesn't stay around long. Typically, it's just there. That's the energy of opportunity. It's very momentary. So, Jasmine, all I'm sensing right now is that for you tonight, there is an energy of optimism and opportunity for you right now to kind of recalibrate your life from a whole new perspective, where you can see everything from a higher perspective, like higher knowledge, higher wisdom, higher understanding of the world and how it really works, as opposed to how you thought it worked. Okay, so I see this as very good news. Now, you don't have to do anything with this, but it's there. It's very, very encouraging, and it's would be, let's say, encouraging you to strike out on this new path, this new direction to new higher knowledge and wisdom and understanding, which of course would also entail leaving behind things that don't work. Okay, so be prepared for that. I'm just putting that in to give you kind of a reality check. Okay, what's the situation? Okay, well, I guess you're all fired up about something. I don't know what it is in your life, but maybe it's to do with the fact that you're waking up. I think, like like right now, for example, in terms of the planets, Pluto is in a very hard square with Uranus. It's been going on for years, but it's really loud right now. And it's a tremendous push at the deep, deep soul level to wake up. In other words, if this is you, Jasmine, and your circumstantial energy around you is kind of clicking into place, and everything around you that is shaking up and rattling your life, if this is you, it's just like, come on, Jasmine, come on, come on, come on, come on, this is your chance, this is your opportunity. Do you get it, Jasmine? I am Pluto, and I am putting extreme pressure on Uranus, and Uranus is going, oh yeah, kerblam. And the Pluto blows up the Uranus energy. Uranus energy explodes and goes, wow, I get it now. I get it. Blinding flashes of new awareness and understanding. So the Jasmine Bambry of yesterday is no more, and the Jasmine Bambry of the future is beginning to unfold. And it's in some ways quite different. You're still going to look the same, more or less, but you're going to feel different from the inside out, to the point where part of you gets this already. It's almost like you're already in the flow. You get it, you understand it, you want to roll with this, you want to go for it, and you want to make the best of it. uh, all I'm suggesting here is that, let's say you don't want to trip up over yourself, because sometimes you know what happens when people discover the truth, or they discover the facts of life, not just their own subjective truth, but universal truth, universal laws, like these blinding truths and awakenings where they realize, oh my gosh, it's so blindingly simple. Why didn't anybody tell me? Well, simple is not easy, okay? Simple is simple, but easy is different. It's a different word. And once you figure it out, it's so inspiring and so exciting, you just kind of want to tell the world. Now, of course, some people, when you tell them, it's just like, oh, Jasmine, oh, okay, well, so you just figured this out? Okay, well, bravo, congratulations. Some of us here at Terra Illumination have already figured it out, and they're perfectly natural about that. But if you haven't figured it out, and you've just come to Terra Illumination, you've just figured it out, then this is a very big bravo and shout, like, yeah, yeah, cool. You're hanging out with the right people at the right place at the right time. And it's very cool to be excited about having like revelations, new awakenings, new understandings, new beginnings, to the point where you want to tell the whole world. That's fine. That's just fine. What's the downside? What's the challenge here? Okay. Jasmine, if this, let's say, this light, I think they call it a light bulb moment. You have those think bubbles where you get blind awakenings, and your whole sense of perception is blown to pieces, and you see, like, blinded by the light kind of energy, and you see a whole new world unfolding in front of you. In some ways, it could be so radically new and so radically different that it takes you into a whole new way of being for which you are not prepared. Okay, so as opportunistic as this might be, and as courageous as you might be, and be willing to charge forward and jump into this, the challenge is that in some ways you might not be fully prepared. You might not have, let's say, let's say, arrived at this point in time having done certain amounts of preparations and homework that you would need in order to continue successfully and safely in your path. In other words, okay, it's great. Thanks for hanging out at Terra Illumination, Jasmine. And it's cool that we're here doing this. But please understand that it's like the deeper you go on your spiritual evolution, the more challenging it can be. And like, if you're not ready for that, like the next time you get to the next step of one of these evolutionary steps, you could get really caught blindsided and ending up in a lot of like maybe thinking, oh gosh, I wish I hadn't done this now. Why didn't anybody tell me? It's actually quite complicated, and it's actually becomes more and more challenging as you go along. In other words, let's say you're very good at college or something, and then you get in, you think, okay, that I went really well, and now I'm going to get a master's. And you discover, oh my God, that was a lot harder than I thought. Doing the master's was really, really tough. But you do it, and you think, oh, phew, that's it. I'm never going to do that again. But then you get realize I need to keep going, and somehow or other you get into a PhD, and you think, I can nail this just like that. And then you realize you're in even much, much deeper water than you ever could possibly have imagined. That's kind of what I'm feeling is the challenge here. Like, you might have a natural sense of optimism and courage that just spontaneously leads you into the next step, but always discovering that in some ways that gulp, it's almost like, I wish I had taken the steps more methodically and more cautiously and more carefully, because the challenge here is, uh, it's like stepping into, something that's very, very cool, but in ways that you're not prepared. All I'm suggesting is, like, if you want to go literally, if you want to go camping on a big hike up into the wilderness, it helps if you've got water and heating, some kind of sets of gloves and rain gear, and like maybe a satellite GPS system. You don't want to just go there in your underpants and a sandwich and your favorite pet. Okay, that's all I'm suggesting. So how are we going to handle this? How are we going to get you prepared? Planning, planning, Jasmine. It's like you might have so many natural skills and talents, and that's great. And opportunity unfolds for you every week, every month, every year, something cool. But you might not be very good at the planning of things. So all I'm suggesting is the way to maximize your life and maximize the benefits that come to you by nature because you deserve this, and you wouldn't get this unless you deserve it, is to start seeing things from a more, let's say, methodical perspective, as a mission, as a journey, as opposed to just like a wild, crazy adventure. Think of it as a journey where it's so easy to mess up. And so it's very important to plan, especially to plan in advance. Start taking a really good appraisal of the new life, new world unfolding in front of you. Take some time out to do the research and the planning so that you can take full advantage of the opportunities going forward, so that you don't end up, getting stuck or caught without resources or skills or abilities or whatever it is you need to keep going on your journey. Planning. Okay? So I hope that helps, Jasmine. Hope I didn't scare you away. Sorry about that. Yeah, you might. You might want to chat with All Sun. All Sun is extremely capable at survival under extreme duress. I'm just letting you know, people. All right. I just wanted to let that out there, All Sun. I hope you don't mind, because you have certain qualities and gifts that enable you to survive things that most people would not be able to endure. And so if Jasmine needs some, let's say, alternative perspectives, uh, you know, Allsun might be a good place to go. All right. So there you go. Thank you, Jasmine. To Dory, you're up. I need a break, people. I need a break. I hope you don't mind. So I'm going to play a little song and we can chill and get the next one. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm going to put this on the emphasis for healing tonight. Okay, just for fun. Over here. So you know this song already. It's very simple lyrics. There we go. Just like that. All right, all right, all right, all right. So there we go. There we go. I needed a little break, and we're back now. And we've got up on the table now is Nadine Tudori. Okay, or maybe that's not the right name, but you said your name is Nadine. But I think I got the name Tudori off the screen. So could you just type it in and let us know that you're here? Okay. Can you let us know? Are you still here, Tudori? Are you still here, Tudori? Can you write it in and let us know, please? I'd like everybody to know that you're here, because if you're not, then we have to forego, and we have to get another client in for their reading. Okay, Giggle's here. Hey, Giggle, Giggle, welcome, welcome. Good evening. Hi, it's Oscar night. Yes, yes, Giggle. We did our group reading way at the beginning. Okay, that was quite a while ago. I'm sorry, and it is Oscar night, and of course your name was already mentioned. Wait a minute, Giggle. Tudori, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now you're confusing me. Ha 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 ha. No, I swear I saw someone on the screen with the name Tudori. Okay? Okay? I know you were probably out very early getting your Oscar. So, Giggle, yeah, yes, it is Oscar night here, that's for sure. And your name was put in the hat. But you're probably going to get your Oscar shipped through the mail. I hope you don't mind. Okay. And you'll have to put it together yourself. It's like a little kit. It's like a little plastic kit. So there you go. Okay. So if Tudori is missing an action, then that's, well, anyway, what can you do? Maybe she did get a real Oscar. Well, when I saw Tudori, she wrote back in the screen that her real name is Nadine. That's all I remember. So anyway, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. So I think I'm going to start pulling other names. All right, we're going to have to, let's have a look here. Do Teresa. Okay. All right. Let's just read for Teresa then. Okay. All right. That sounds like a plan. Why not? Teresa Leach. There you go. I mean, sometimes I have to do a lot of and Nora is jumping in right there. Giggle. All right, so I'm just going to do these one at a time. We're going to read for Teresa, then I'm going to pull another name later on, see what happens. Good night, Laura Ellen Smith. I love saying your name. Good night, Laura Ellen Smith. It sounds like, you know, where it says Laura Ellen Smith. Is it like Laura Ellen Smith, or is it like Laura Ellen hyphen Smith? You know, like if you're super posh, like if you're from blue blood, royal blood, and you have like 10 generations of, you know, You know, maybe you're related to the Kennedys or the Queen of England or something like that. Or, you know, people with double barrel names. They're typically, they're like the landed gentry. They have tremendously wealthy uncles and aunts and nieces and nephews and lords and ladies in the family. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, some people have to go. So Tudori missed it. So good night, Tudori. I'm sorry. Anyway, so let's have a look. Teresa, you're up. Who knew? Did you even know that you were going to get a reading tonight? Did you just simply just show up and all of a sudden you get a reading? There you go. Well, sometimes that happens. All right. Cards were shuffled while you guys were jumping around and dancing and eating marshmallows and gorging on Terra Illumination hot dogs. I was shuffling cards. I mean, somebody's got to do it. You know, it's Sunday night, so the Terra Illumination crew is off for the evening. It's a union crew, so I have to abide by union laws. They do not work on Sunday nights, and that's all there is to it. So there you go. You know what I just figured out? They're probably moonlighting at the Oscars, getting extra work behind the scenes, doing a lot of hair, makeup, and wardrobe with all the famous rich people. All right, Teresa, you're up. You're up. Let's see what's going on. Okay, let's just see what's going on with Teresa. Teresa, if this doesn't make any sense to you at all, please understand that it might be perfect for someone else and that your body is being used as an instrument, okay? You are simply a conduit for the healing power of love. Okay, here we go. Let's cut it up, people. Let's cut it right up. See, a very skinny cut, super skinny cuts. Okay, now, here we go. Teresa, here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. And then we're going to look at circumstantial energy in a second. It's the weather. Again, Teresa, you're going to make the best of it, all right? You have the Four of Wands. So my feeling here is that right now it's really simple. Is it like, it's just cool to hang out here with Terra Illumination and everybody else. And it's like a public event where it's almost like you are, it's almost like, I just really felt it really, really strongly. It's almost like you are gracing us with your presence and like participating in the party, almost as though this was your own private party just held for you. It's almost like we're all here for you tonight. And at this very moment in time, that is absolutely true. So it's like your party for you here tonight, your own private, tiny, miniature Oscars for the Terra Illumination Oscars, and it's all the spotlights are on you tonight, Teresa. So I hope you are wearing your most sparkly black sequined gown, fully ready to take the spotlight. And that all your hair, makeup, and wardrobe is absolutely perfect, and your shoes don't hurt you too much. All right, let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay. Well, my feeling here with the Three of Pentacles is that, again, it's like reinforcing. To me, it feels like we are reinforcing the whole notion that you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. It's on the understanding that you know perfectly well that you are a work in progress. You are always evolving. You are always growing. You started as a little seed, and you had all your crap and trauma and nightmares from childhood, and you grew up and you matured, and you turned that into something substantial, where you are now Teresa Leach, the fully exposed adult here in your full glory, with all your beauty marks, all your gleaming flaws, all the tragedies that go into make up yourself, and of course all the skills and talents that brought you to where you are. And you are sharing that with us, gracing us with your presence here tonight, and we are appreciating you in turn. It's almost like, my feeling is like, it's like this. Thank you, Teresa. I know we don't know you personally. I know that I can't see you personally, but I felt such a vivid presence when I pulled the cards for you. I can't help feeling like it is almost like a miniature cosmic Oscars ceremony where we are applauding you. Okay. And it's almost like being an actor who's played very, very difficult roles and which were very challenging, very life changing, and you endured. It's kind of like the Meryl Streep type of energy, or those like famous actors like the Nicole Kidmans, the actors who take on the really, really tough roles that are very hard to portray effectively. And you're doing it. We understand you, we get you, and you share your understanding of us with us. Okay, let's see. What's the challenge? Okay. Well, I don't know why I'm laughing. Sorry, Teresa, but it feels to me it's like it's almost like I don't want to turn this into a personal reading like with relationships and stuff, but maybe there is like this a sense of, you know, doubts about your own awesomeness where like I'm just using the Oscars analogy again, okay? Like being on stage, being on the ceremony, being appreciated as a work in progress, being uh, ready to celebrate and share with us. Perhaps share yourself with a significant other. Maybe a significant other is poised to share themselves with you right now, but it's absolutely terrifying. It's like, can you imagine? It's literally like being one of those potential Oscar winners, and you know you deserve it. Everyone else knows you deserve it, but when you're actually there on the stage in the spotlight, and you are being celebrated, and you are holding that Oscar in your hands, and everyone's looking at you, and then all of a sudden you have a breakdown. You just turn into a blubbering mess, and you can barely give your speech because all of a sudden it hits you. It hits you like, oh my God, my life has changed forever. A whole new code of existence is unfolding for me right now. And that can be absolutely terrifying. Can you imagine, Teresa, what it's like to actually be an Oscar winning actor right now, tonight? And you spent like a 20-year career to get there, and all of a sudden it's happening. You no one can ever take that away from you. You will always be known and celebrated as the Oscar winning Teresa Leach from here onwards. It changes the whole code of your life forever. And you actually, at the end of the show, you actually have to go back home and rewrite the whole code of your life. And that's really, really scary because life as you know it is changed forever. Okay. How do we deal with that? Because it's a big, big shift. Okay. All right. So with the King of Swords here, it's almost like it feels like it's like pretend Terra Elimination is your own private coach in the background. And let's say I've been working with you for years as your personal acting coach, and there you are, you're out, and all this stuff just happened. You're a blubbering mess, and everybody understands, and they're going like this, and you're now formally engaged with the world, and the world is formally engaged with you, and it's almost you can't understand your own awesomeness, and you have to change your life and everything like that, and you don't know if you can handle it, or what do you do now? How can you top this? How can you possibly top being like an Oscar winning person? And how is it going to change your life? Well, my feeling here is this: pretend that this is Terra Illumination, okay? Pretend Terra Illumination is the King of Swords, and he's always been there at your side like an invisible friend forever. And he just takes you, gives you a little bit of a slight hug, and says, Teresa, it's really, really simple. We've been working at this for a long time, and this is your moment. It's happening right now. And the way to handle it is very, very simple. You're just going to have to get used to it. Okay? You're just going to have to rise into your own awesomeness and accept that your life is changing forever. And that's just how it is. No one's going to ever take that Oscar from you, and no one can. No one will. And it doesn't matter what you do from now on. You can be a complete recluse. If you want to, you can retire completely. If you want to, you can marry the next movie star. Or if you want to, you can go on to a new level. Maybe you'll win another Oscar in 5 years. Who knows? It doesn't matter. The important thing is get used to it. Okay? Pretend this is like secret private guidance and counsel that is coming to you from the great beyond in the form of tarot illumination. And tarot illumination, pretend I'm just wearing black, like a spy, like black polo neck, black jacket, black trousers, black shoes, black hat, black sunglasses, very undetectable, very invisible. And I'm right there at your side and everybody, and I'm just telling you, Teresa, it's okay. You're going to be just fine. Get used to it. Here's a tissue. Okay? You're cool. Don't worry. Now let's go to the after party. All right. So there you go, Teresa. I hope you got something out of that. Okay. So there you go. Let's have a look. So I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on out there at the screen, people. I was just trying to do Teresa's reading. So I hope it worked for you. I hope it worked for you. I hope you get something out of it. I think I might have another reading inside of me. I think I have one more inside of me. Yes, Liz, it is absolutely true. The Love Tribe rocks. In fact, that sounds like a song. The Love Tribe rocks. Oh, by the way, guess what, people? Guess what, people? I figured out how to release a tarot illumination album. You know, the songs that I play on the show, they sound really, really crappy. When I played back, I had to check in with one of the live shows because of a client, and I could hear the music. It's really crappy. It's just really, really crappy when I play these little songs live. And so so what I did was I listened to a lot of people. Some people kept writing and say, can we get your album? Can we buy an album? Can we listen to your songs somewhere? And I write back and tell them, yes, there is a playlist for Tarot Illumination songs on the channel. But what's happening now is over this, in the next few months, in the next year or so, all the music is going to be released worldwide. It's going to go on everything like Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Amazon, wherever you can stream your music. It's going to be there, and you can buy one song for $1, or you can stream it free if you have Spotify, or however you want to do it. But it's going to go global, and it'll be like an album. Yeah, I know the production quality is really crappy, but people don't seem to care too much. And maybe we'll re-record them on another day, because I had a lot of donations recently, and I bought a recording studio, a real live recording studio, people. So it's going to take a long time for me to learn how to do it, but we're going to make really cool music, okay? So Liz, for example, Liz, eventually you'll be able to hear Tarot Illumination. In fact, there is one song. There is one song on Spotify called Through the Ether. And that was one of the tests, okay? But it's actually all over the world. It's on iTunes. It's everywhere now. But soon, there's going to be a whole album. So you can just stream Tarot Illumination music everywhere, anytime, whenever you want, okay? So there you go. I just wanted to tell you, people, okay? Yeah. Hey, Lena, can I just ask you, are you joking? Lena, are you joking? Do you actually have a pair of the Tarot Illumination leggings? I'm kind of curious. I mean, seriously, Lena, if you have a pair of Tarot Illumination leggings from the shop, from the Zazzle store, please let me know, because maybe you could do a modeling show for us, something like that. You know, Abby did some modeling for the silk scarf. But if anybody feels really, really courageous, you could do some modeling for the leggings, okay? Lena? All sun is the model. Yeah, okay. YouTube's cutting you off at chat? Why? What's happening? Oh, okay. All right. So, Lena, you were kind of joking. Okay, it's all right. I understand. It's all right. Because I didn't realize it's too early. That I haven't really hardly promoted the shop yet. It's very new. It's very, very new. So I was just kind of surprised that you might have actually had a pair of Terra Illumination leggings already, because I don't think it would have had time to get mailed to wherever you are, because it takes, at least a week, you know. All of a sudden, also wants to be the leggings model. Can you believe that? All of a sudden, doing the leggings modeling. Holy jeez, no, please. Uh, let's try something else, okay? Okay, all right. So I've got another reading inside me, people. Looks like we got about 20 people here tonight. Like, who is the most desperate person here tonight? Who is the most desperate person here tonight who actually really is desperately in need of a reading? Not just because you want one because it's fun, but who actually need one because you're desperate. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm watching the screen, people. I'm ready to write the name. Okay. Uh, I know it's Nora. I know I have to do it. I know you're I know you're always desperate, Giggle. I might do too. Nora, we're gonna read for Nora right now, okay? And Giggle, I can't remember if I've ever actually given you a reading before. I have a feeling I did once. So if you're getting another reading, then you're just very lucky, okay? Okay, well, MC. Okay, I'm just watching the screen carefully here because I know a lot of the regulars you can type very, very quickly, and you know what to do. But some people don't know how all this live stuff works. So let's yeah. Okay, so let's just admit it. Nora is really super desperate, so you're gonna get a reading. Yeah. Okay. So that's how it works on this channel. Whoever's the most desperate gets the reading. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. All right, here we go. Let's just do this for fun. Okay, Nora? Give me a moment here. I need to shuffle again because I need to have a very, very clear deck. I hope you don't mind. Boo. You know what? Mm. Rachel, you never had a reading? Well, this is it for tonight. There's no way I'm going to go more than this. This is too much for me already. So, Rachel, if you need a reading, you have to come to another show, okay? You've never had a reading? Oh, Rachel. Dang, I'm sorry. If anybody wants to sacrifice their reading for Rachel, if she's really that desperate, then do so. All right, let's have a look. All right, let's have a look at this, people. I don't want to be distracted by the other names right now, so give me a moment. Right, Nora, you're up. Give me a moment. I'm starting to wear out. I'm just letting you know, people. I'm starting to get on the thin edge here. So if things get a little incomprehensible, just please blame it on wear and tear. Let's have a look. All right, Nora, what's going on? I know you're desperate, so let's just be honest about it. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. And let's have a look. Oh dear, indecision. So Nora, if you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, guess what? It's happened to all of us. And in sometimes it's very, very good thing to reserve the right to decide not to decide. Sometimes it's very important to do absolutely nothing. Okay? If you're under a lot of pressure to make a decision right now, and you don't want to make a decision right now, then don't make a decision right now. Doesn't matter what it's for, but if you're really, really stressed out about what are you going to do? Are you going to do this or are you going to do that? Or should I not do this or should I not do that? Or are you deliberately avoiding, decisions that you know have to be made? Okay, well, that is a problem. On the other hand, if you know that you need more time to decide what you need to decide to do, then the worst thing you could do is rush the decisions. In other words, give yourself the right to decide not to decide. That is a decision too, okay? It's a defensive move, okay? In other words, I refuse to make a decision right now. Thank you very much. And the circumstantial energy might be suggesting to you to just be very, very cautious right now. Just be very, very cautious because events will play out according to your decisions. The healing power of your decisions. To me, the phenomenon of decisions is absolutely paramount in how our evolution unfolds. So that's why I take this little card very seriously, okay? All right, here we go. Let's have a look. Okay, so with the 8 of Swords here, my feeling for you, Nora, is that, again, it's all about decisions. If you're feeling like you're stuck in a maze where, like, if you go this way, there's no chance for resolution. If you go this way, there's no chance for resolution. We're talking about being stuck between a rock and a hard place where there doesn't seem to be any resolution at all. That's understandable. It happens to all of us at some point or other. But if it's at the point where you're not even willing to face the situation, and it's almost like being paralyzed, then that can be a challenge in itself. Okay, we haven't even got to the challenge yet. So let's have a look. Okay, my feeling is that this is to do with self-worth and the ability to maintain your sense of self-worth under, let's say, very challenging circumstances. Maybe, like, maybe somebody's pulled the carpet out from under your life, under your world. Maybe it could be anything like wondering what to do about the workplace, what to do about finances, what to do about jobs, careers, your passion, your calling in this world that gives you a sense of your own integrity. And so if you have if you're like plagued by very, very like thoughts and feelings that are very hard to describe about pinning down your own sense of self-worth, where some people are very, very selfless and they don't take stock of their own self-worth. They don't evaluate themselves relative to humanity, or they don't uh, think of themselves as being valuable to humanity, or of having things in humanity that are valuable to you. Um, because maybe the energy or the consciousness of value itself was never instilled in you in youth, or maybe it just never occurred to you. So the challenge might be the whole concept of self-worth. Like, it might be like an alien subject to you, where, like on Terra Lumination, we talk a lot about self-love and loving yourself first, to nurture yourself so that you can be the best person you can be for life in the world, not just for your own aggrandizement and to make yourself into this most independently, amazingly indestructible, superior being. But it's about bringing your gifts to the world, where they are appreciated, and where your gifts are appreciated and you are appreciated equally in return. And sometimes it's very difficult for that to happen if we have no sense of self-worth, if we don't know our own value, if we don't know our self-worth. And so when the issue of the value of who you are and what you bring to this world comes into a conversation or comes into play in life, and you don't have that inside of you to begin, it can make you feel paralyzed. Like, well, who am I? What am I? What am I to the world? What is the world to me? What am I to all these other people? Uh, what are all these people to me? And you end up stuck and paralyzed. And to me, it feels like it's to do with an issue of self-worth, but not in the way that you're like really down on yourself. It's just like a lack of awareness of the whole concept of self-worth, the whole concept of value. Okay, so how are we going to deal with that? Okay, well, maybe to me, this feels like a little bit of that, living as if type of energy. Maybe it's time to take stock, take evaluation, take a time out, deliberately choose to take this moment of being stuck between a rock and a hard place. And let's say go back home and do like one of those pep talk things at home, where you like living as if. It's like, again, locking yourself in the bathroom, taking a close, simple evaluation of yourself, realizing I am awesome. I really am that awesome. In other words, you do this thing that I use very much myself in my day. Um, like, when it comes to the energy of worth and self-worth, how about something like this, Nora? Okay, like, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am open to receive. I am ready, I am willing, I am able to receive. Okay? But you're not doing it here on the show. You're doing it to yourself in the mirror, staring yourself in the mirror and reciting it in a very, very factual manner to yourself, like an actor rehearsing for your Oscar speech. You're saying to yourself, I am worthy. In fact, what I would recommend is actually literally going into the bathroom, standing up in front of the bathroom mirror, holding your hands out to yourself like this, out in front of you, almost like you are ready to receive a prize. It doesn't have to be anything magnificent. It's just all about the energy of receiving and bringing self-worth, the sense and the whole concept, the whole understanding of self-worth into your life, and reciting it like a chant, like a mantra, over and over again. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am open to receive. I am ready. I am willing, and I am able to receive. Take a pause and then repeat that to yourself like 3 times in a row. Okay? That's how I would deal with this situation, and then start to see what happens. And it's like NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. You're brainwashing yourself into your own awesomeness. Okay? You are literally applauding yourself. You might not be used to that. It's like looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, if no one else gets it, it doesn't matter. It's all about me right now. I have to applaud myself first and foremost. I have to believe that I am worthy, that I am deserving and open to receive. I have to believe that I am ready, willing, and able to receive for that to happen. In other words, you don't sit at home waiting for awesomeness to come to you, and then you've proved it to yourself. What happens is you have to create and own from the inside out, and then it comes automatically through the laws of attraction. Okay? Thank you, Nora. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings or touch on any really tender spots there. Okay, I didn't mean to. I know issues of self-worth can be very hard for people to deal with in readings. Okay, I'm just letting you know. It happens all the time. All right. All right, okay, I hope that helped you. Stephanie Vaughn, you caught me live. Aha. Aha. Good evening, Stephanie. Looks like you're a late arrival. It's okay. It's Oscar night here. We've already given out most of the Oscars for the evening. But MC, look at MC. Yay, yay, MC. Thank you for setting the example. Now maybe everyone else will do the same thing. Wouldn't that be awesome? Thank you very much. Okay, super duper. Giggle, you're next. Okay. Every little bit helps. Thank you, MC. Okay. And you're coming after Giggles. All right. Here we go. Giggles, you're up. Whew. Okay. Gabby Girl, 717. Gabby Girl, good evening. Hi. Thank you for showing up. Thank you so much. All right. Let's have a look. Sorry, Nora. I hope I didn't touch your nerves there or hurt your feelings. I was just calling it out. I tried to keep it very light and simple because there's a lot of people, you know, watching into your private reading. Well, it's a public reading, okay? It's okay, MC. I get it. It's the thought that counts. You're spreading seeds. You're planting seeds of love, okay? I get it. Awesome. I can't watch this. I can't take it. All right, now we're going to cut it and we're going to go for it. Here we go. I just thought of something. Like there's probably, you know, some of the tarot channels, they probably get really PO'd that Tarot Lumination does Sunday Night Live and I'm giving away these readings. But I do it because I love it. And if I could, I would just do free readings all day, every day. But I have to kind of make it work. So in a way, the whole show is, it's just to promote the channel, you know, just to say, hi, everybody, we're here. And here's your chance to get, it's like a sampler, you know, when you go to the grocery store or something, and there's the person over there and they're giving you free sample of like a little cheesy dip or a little pizza slice or some, you know, candy or something, whatever it is. That's all it is. Who did that? Who did that? I can't see your names. Who did that? Who did that? Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, whoever you are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. It all works. All right, cards are shuffled and cut. Did I cut them? Did I cut them? I believe I cut them. Yes, I did. Giggle, you know what? I can't trust myself. Giggle, I'm going to shuffle and cut again. Okay, I hope you don't mind. Oh, thank you, favorite. Thank you. I was a little worried then. All right, now we're going to cut. All right. Hello, favorite. By the way, everybody, favorite does some very cool oracles. All right. In case you didn't know that. All right, Giggle, what's the situation? What's the challenge? And how are we going to handle it? What's the weather like? Bam-o. Well, Giggle, if you're kind of in a situation right now where you're looking around you and you're wondering like, what movie am I in? Am I in the right movie at the right place at the right time with the right people? Well, the thing is that my feeling right now is it kind of doesn't matter, Giggle. What's important is that you're here. Even if it might be a little bit weird and trippy for you right now, if so long as you are understanding that it takes great humility and great courage to kind of like disembody yourself and deliberately allow yourself to float and be like a free a free floating soul where you literally just expose yourself to the great beyond, and you just say, you know what, bring it on. I just happened to show up at Terra Illumination tonight, and whatever happens happens. And it's like you don't have to have a master plan. It's almost like it's like deliberately like giving yourself up willingly to allow yourself to be exposed to things you don't know or you don't even want to know. But deep in your soul, it's calling for you, and you're just going to go for it anyway. All right. So let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay. I shuffled as best I could. Indecision here. Giggle, if you are in a situation again here where you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, or you're deliberately withholding decisions, that's okay. Okay? Maybe you're in a place right now where circumstantially it's almost impossible to make a decision until you come to a higher perspective of your own life, your own world. Uh, Instead of making a decision based on, like, say, your history from the past or your projections and expectations of the future. What we need to do here at Terra Illumination is focus on the absolute present, the here and now, where it's on the understanding that you might not know everything that needs to be known, and that's okay. So we're exposing ourselves deliberately here for enlightenment, allowing the enlightenment to flow, allowing it to happen so that the energy of decision can be brought into your uh, into full frontal awareness so that eventually you can figure out what to do and make a choice. Okay, because right now it would be perfectly okay to not do anything. On the other hand, it feels like it would be very important at some point, going to have to make a decision. So what's the challenge? Okay, to me it feels like it's almost like being swept along by fate but not liking it. Okay, in other words, when the so-called energy of fate comes along and we're going swirling through life, oh my gosh, oh yeah, oh no, oh yeah, oh no, oh yeah, oh no. Well, it's cool when it's always like, oh yeah, but it really sucks when it goes like, oh no, oh yeah, oh no. And so the thing is, the challenge right now is handling the cycles of life, handling periods of time where, in terms of life cycles, like I follow the lunar cycles very carefully. I follow all of the planets carefully, but in particular, I follow a couple of patterns because they really seem to impact my day-to-day life. So all I'm sensing here is that the real challenge right now, Giggle, if you're stuck in a position, well, not stuck, but if you're, let's say, really perplexed about what's going on and what to do about it, how are you going to handle whatever it is that's troubling you or whatever it is that's leaving you feeling disoriented or unable to decide? And the real challenge is accepting like the reality of the moment. In other words, look at this. Hold on. Let's say, for example, Giggle, let's say you're a very willful person. You like things to be done your way, at your time, under your conditions, the way you would like them to work for you, because you know what works, okay? On the other hand, let's say there's an energy like this that comes around, which is much more powerful than your egoic self. And let's say this is challenging you in some ways. It's just like all of a sudden, like, wait a minute, I don't like this. I don't like this. And it's almost like the more we resist the energy, the more uncomfortable this part becomes. So it's great. It feels fantastic. Let's say, for example, Giggle, all the planets are lining up in very harmonious trines and sextiles, and it's all just super duper. And then everything flips, and it's just a whole bunch of T-squares and oppositions and quincunxes and things, and it's really pressured. It's just like, oh no. The thing is, it's just like the giggle part is like, I can't stand it. I can't stand this thing. I love this part. I can't stand that part. I love this part. I can't stand that part. And if that's the challenge for you, it's understandable for any of us. But the point is, it feels to me as though it's like, why fight this? Because the cycles are going to happen anyway. So the challenge is, how do you deal with the cycles so that you don't become a victim of the cycles when they're going down, or feel like the world is against you, and you don't feel like you control the world and you can do anything when the cycles are going with you? How do you deal with the cycles so that you can, let's say, take full advantage of it all the time? Okay, well, to me, it feels like it's about sharing. Like, let's just say, Giggle, you're one of those people who um, is very, let's say, what's the word? Self-determined, very self-determining, and you like things that way. You like to determine your own outcomes. You make decisions. You like making decisions. You don't mind taking the lead, making decisions, except when things get too much and it feels like the fates are working against you, then it becomes very personal. It's almost like, "Arr, now the world is against me." Or when it's awesome, now it's working for me. That's great. But then, do you see what's happening here? It's like unconsciously, you're letting yourself become a victim of circumstance. You are unwittingly becoming, let's say, it's almost like becoming a victim of circumstance without even intending to. It's just that there's no point in trying to fight. There's no point in trying to fight these kind of cycles. The whole idea is to go with the flow. And so when you go with the flow and you tune into the cycles and you decide each one is a wave, and the whole point is to ride each wave and make the best out of it, even if it's really challenging, finding ways to make the best out of it, then you can celebrate that. But it does become a thing that you would share with others. In other words, like, if things are a bit rough, don't worry about sharing that with others. Just like, it's okay to admit that you're having a rough time, and when things are great, it's okay to share that with others. Like, celebrate the good times. It's almost like, you know, look at it this way. I don't want to promote what I like to do, because this is a channel that can be watched by kids. But as most of you know, I like to have a little beverage. Watch this, and you'll understand in a moment, Giggle. But I like to have a beverage when things are really, really rough. Okay? It's what I do to cheer myself up. I toast myself. I tell my stories to my friends. I let my friends tell their tragic stories to me. And guess what happens? When I'm having a really good time, I do exactly the same thing. I pour myself a little beverage and I share my stories with my friends. I congratulate them. They congratulate me. I let them tell their stories to me, and we cheer and celebrate. In other words, it doesn't matter what the wave is doing, if it's up or down, or if it's up or down. Either way, you celebrate it. Either way, you take full advantage of it. And if you say, oh, it's going down, guess what, people? It's going to be rough. Let's get some courage up. Let's celebrate. Let's do this together, team. Okay? And then when it's a really good time, you celebrate and say, hey, it's great. We're doing this together. Okay? So either way, either way, it's an excuse to have your favorite beverage. Let's put it that way. All right, Giggle, I hope you get something out of that. So there you go. So Giggle's surfing it all right. Yay. What? Touch butts? Yeah, that's what they do on trains in China and Japan. When you're on a subway train in Japan, or they used to have, I don't know if they still do it, maybe it's in India, where you've got 10,000 people squashed into, I don't know where it is, where I saw that report, where it's very, very tempting for the guys when they're standing next to these girls and everybody's squashed up, and your hand is right down there, squashed up right next to some girl's butt. and the guy's hand just accidentally on purpose kind of goes dweep, dweep. Yep, I know what you're talking about. Literal. The Three of Cups are butt grabbers. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right. Thank you, Giggle. Thank you so much. I hope you got something out of it. Really? Seriously? By the way, so Lena, if you're writing a new book on tarot interpretations, the Three of Cups is now officially the butt grabbers card. There you go. Yeah. All right. Guess who's up? There you go. All right. There you go. I really love doing this for you. Gabby, that sounds like a very personal question. It's a little bit too intimate for this channel. I'm actually kind of worn out. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything else after MC. I want to thank you all. If somebody feels as though they got cheated or gypped or something, then I'm sorry about that. But we've been going for several hours now, and it's kind of like a rock concert. You know, if you like a Bruce Springsteen concert, you know, or huge rock concerts or DJ events, you can go for several hours. But, you know, they have different acts. We used to do this show when we first started doing the live shows. We would go on for 3 or 4 hours. I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it. I can't do it because my whole Monday disappears into a state of immobility. Yeah, exactly, Gabby girl. I got to rest up. I have to keep going. Laura wants another song. In fact, looks like Laura wants karaoke night. Oh my God, Laura. Wouldn't that be cool if we could do like Tarot Lumination karaoke night? Oh my gosh. Is there a way? If there's a way that can be done, I would love to see that happen. Seriously. Oh my gosh. Tarot Lumination karaoke night. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to do that, the technology. I have no idea how that would happen, but I just think it would be fantastic. Fantastic. Oh my gosh. God, oh my gosh, I was so excited. I really want to do that. I really, really want to do that. Tarot Illumination karaoke night. Oh, please, if anybody knows the technology about how to do that, please write to Tarot Illumination. You can go to tarotillumination.com and there's like a connecting page where you can type emails. Okay, MC, you're up. Brady Boyd. There's a dude in the house, people. Sup? Yep. Inked Empress is here. Yeah, and Laura, you would be the hostess. Okay? Laura, you would be the hostess for TL karaoke night. Okay? We'll call it karaoke night. Like Chinese food. All right, here we go. MC, you're up. Cards are shuffled and we're going to get ready to go any moment now. You didn't see that card. Don't be scared. Don't interpret anything out of it. I know you saw that. And on the action replays, you can see that if you want. If you want to, you can think of that as the horny card. If you want to, you can see it as about chance for new ambitions to unfold. But we're going to ignore that. We're going to do a proper reading for you. Okay, MC? Cutting, cut. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look. Yeah. Brady, that is tough, man. That is tough. I live my whole life on my bicycle, by the way, Brady. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. Okay, are you ready, MC? Page of Wands. Well, I'm happy for you here because to me it feels like you get an excuse to screw up. It's almost like this is a real chance, an opportunity for you right now Well, it's not necessarily, this is the time for you right now to just allow your innocence to unfold, allow yourself to go forward onto your chosen path, even if you don't exactly know what it is yet. And maybe you can like figure it out as you go along, and just allow the good vibes to carry you. Whatever good vibes are happening in your life, like trust them, trust that they are there for you. Okay, and then go for it. Let's have a look. What's the situation? My feeling here is that you would like to have more stability in your life, and but there's not a lot of definition, and that there would be, let's just say, if there is a surrounding environment here where you are being encouraged to go for it, where you're being, let's say, spiritually encouraged by your angels to have a little bit of courage, MC, and just kind of like, just do something a little bit out of the ordinary that you wouldn't normally do. Take a little bit of a risk above and beyond what you would normally do. And let's say, pluck up the courage to start like investing in new foundations, investing in new beginning here, where you can kind of do like what it's almost like, to me, it feels like copying what smart people do in business. In other words, you don't have to know exactly what they do to begin, just like copy them. Like if you want to make money in real estate or a job or a career, and you don't have all the qualifications, maybe just by hanging around or studying or learning things on YouTube, or getting tarot illumination readings, you can start to pick up a little bit of what has to be done, like getting yourself in the right place with the right people at the right time for the right purpose, to do the right thing for what works for you, that turns you on and makes you feel good in ways that you want to feel good, but you haven't felt good for a while. So that, like, if things have been feeling unstable and flimsy for you, and you want to create some, let's say, power and structure and stability in your life, this would be a really good time to start doing that. Again, like don't worry if you don't have all the answers. Don't worry if, like, you don't have the tools or the knowledge or the money or the financing or the college loans or the mortgage payments or the credit cards or anything, or the relationships or the contacts. It doesn't matter. What counts right now, I feel, is just having a bit of inspiration, a bit of desire, a bit of courage to handle the situation of wanting more stability and structure in your life. So what's the challenge here? Okay, believing it can happen. Okay, again, I feel this is very much heavily to do with deep, deep issues with self-doubt about self-worth, where you are doubting your own abilities to manifest, your own abilities to live up to your true expectations of yourself. Like extreme energy of self-doubt here. Maybe you were conditioned that way as a child. Maybe you were never loved or appreciated, or maybe your true gifts and talents were never nurtured or fostered or even understood. And so you're left wandering around like, who am I really? What am I supposed to do with myself? How am I supposed to create structure and value in my life? So that's a problem. Okay. So how are we going to deal with that? Okay. Well, obviously we have to heal it. So how do we do that? So with the temperance energy here, to me, it feels like a bit of a formula. It means, first of all, understanding that you have a right to your sense of mission and purpose on this planet, to be who you really, really are and who you really want to be. And it's nothing to be ashamed of, whatever that might be. And if it's not the way it is right now, and you've got ambitions for the future about how you would like things to work, it's time to acknowledge that. First of all, that's the first step of healing, okay? And then the next step is to admit that you would like to have like things like money, finance, stability, security, safety, more power, more structure, more substance in your worth, more sense of value in your life, like more money in your pocket. a better paying job, a more satisfying career, something where the energy of value becomes very prominent. And third, once you start like acknowledging what you're hearing here in this reading, there's no shame about it. There's no apologies for wanting to be your best self, for wanting to manifest your best self, uh, because that's what's best for the whole world. So my feeling here, the way to handle your situation, whatever it is that where you might feel shy or weak or lacking in abundance or lack of self-worth, or whether there is, you know, who am I? What skills do I have? What do I have? In a way, that's not what counts here. What counts is the healing practices to get you back in alignment with yourself, where you tap into your true strength, your true value, your true values, the things that you know are really important to you, the things that you want to work for you, and you don't apologize for it. You, it's almost like it's almost like the whole process of being really, really, really nice to yourself and doing things in a way that feel very, very nutritious and very, very loving, like fostering your own sense of self-worth. In other words, you don't have to go out and get money. You don't have to get success. You don't have to go out and get a career. It's almost about being really, really nice and nurturing yourself first from the inside out, and then attracting the stuff that you truly deserve, and then it comes to you through the laws of attraction instead of you having to go and get it. Okay, it just needs courage, and it needs an understanding that it starts from within. uh, Start the healing process deep, from deep, deep within, understanding that it's almost like I feel like I have to say the same thing again from the other reading, but I'm going to use another one. Since this is very much to do with the energy of bounty and self-worth and self-love, how about something like this? Just for you, MC, so you can have your own little mantra that you can chant to yourself. I am like this. It's literally, again, staring at the bathroom window, or when you're lying in your bed at night, put both hands over your heart, lie down and face the ceiling, and talk to yourself out loud. And if there's someone with you, just ignore them and just talk to yourself and just tell yourself, I'm a very lucky person. I'm a very wealthy person. I'm a very happy person. In fact, I'm a very blessed person. And then you say it again, but in a different tone, like an actor learning their lines for the Oscars. You know what? I'm a very lucky person. I'm a very wealthy person. I'm a very happy person. I'm a very blessed person. Wow, who knew that? And it's like you start convincing yourself, and the healing process is that you create the self-worth from within, and then you become defiant. I am a very lucky person. I am a very wealthy person. I am a very happy person. I am a very blessed person. And why? It's because I said so. Thank you very much. No apologies. And when I said so, it doesn't mean because Terra Illumination said so. I meant it's because MC says so. All right? All right, people. The truth is, I'm burned out. My throat is very sore right now. And even though I've been getting a lot of sleep, I need a lot more sleep. So on that note, I think we're going to leave that as the readings for tonight. And we're just going to hang out and chill as we do our ceremonial goodbyes, and it's time for the after parties. I know some of you love to do the after parties. So we're going to set that up for you now by releasing the evening. The Oscars are over. Thank you very much, everybody, for showing up. It was a fantastic evening. I'm glad you all dressed up, all the guys in your tuxedos and bow ties, and all the ladies in your sparkly sequin gowns. That's fantastic. And the hair and the makeup and the wardrobe. It was just fabulous. Thank you so much, MC, for letting me do a mini reading for you for free. It was tremendous fun, and I'm sorry about all the people who I never got to read. I'm very sorry about that, and we'll just have to catch up another day, all right? So here we go. Let's have some fun. Let's go out tonight. We're going to celebrate in a goofy way. And I know there's a bunch of guys here, but you know how guys sometimes we do that thing where we dress up as girls? What do they call it? What is that? There's a word for it. There's a specific word for when the guys dress up as girls and they do that really campy stuff. If anybody knows that, please type it in. What is it? What is it? What is that word, people? I'd like to see it. It's a really campy thing. Uh, Drag. That's it. Thanks, Liz. Drag. So pretend it's like drag night, and everybody's a girl, whether you're a guy or not. Don't worry about gender issues or your sexuality or anything like that. We're just gonna have fun, okay? So bear with me. You've probably already figured out the song. It's just we've done this a million times, but I love it. So brace yourselves, people. Time to dance. It's time to dance your way outside of the auditorium. Pretend you're here at the Kodak Theater or wherever it is that they're holding Oscars tonight. And it's been fabulous. It was one of those days when everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off, I slept through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight to school, my stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being another trouble bitch. The doctors will take me, they might be true and false. So if you are the man you say you are, you love me till the dawn. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Massages and manicures, the great solutions. It's the facts, the fancy racks, the empty substitution. What I really need is cement, it throws me on my shoulder. Takes me naked in the ocean, diving in the water. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Getting tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm superior like the altered. There is no guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Tonight, we're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Okay, well, people, guess what? Because I'm feeling lazy, I'm just going to play it again while we get set up for the finale later on. Hold on. So here we go. here we go.
It was one of those days where everything goes wrong. My hair fell out, my heel broke off. I slept through my alarm. I missed the bus tonight to school. My stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Hey, tonight I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. Hey, you may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being another trouble bitch. The practice rules he gave me, they make me trip and fall. So if you are the man you say you are, you let me fall for love. Hey, tonight I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. With you, you may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Fashions and pedicures, the permanent solutions, the hits, the bags, the fancy racks, the empty substitution. All I really need is a man who throws me over the shoulder, takes me naked in the ocean, let me win the world. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. With you, you may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
Everybody grab your partner by the hand. Here we go.
Getting tattoos on my ass and up and down my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm superior, acting all tender is no guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. With you, you may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Tonight, we're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. With you, you may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you.
Okay, people, I'm just going to break with tradition. I normally close it out with a song called Love the Word. It's all about understanding about how our words are so powerful, the thoughts in our heads that turn into words, that turn into actions and deeds, that turn into consequences. That's how our life evolves. And it's very, very important to take ownership over this so that we are not owned by the random energies that are out there, so that we can take full advantage. So I'm just going to take this advantage of this moment right now to share my little invocation that I do every day with myself. I'm going to recite it for myself so I can bid myself good night. And then I'm going to share it with you and use the word we instead. Hold on, let's do it this way. Okay? And we already know it's Sunday Night Live, okay? So we don't have any room for this, so I'll just put this over here, and we'll just keep it very simple, all right? So I'm saying this because I say this to myself anyway, late at night, but I'm going to share it with you because we're live, and we can have a kind of a nice, mellow evening, and then we'll see what happens. I'm going to do the whole thing, and then I'm going to do the whole thing again for we, us, Tarot Illumination Love Tribe, okay? So just bear with me. I'm just going into my own little trance here. I hope you don't mind. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my body from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my mind from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my heart from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my soul from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my relationships from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my loved ones from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my home from up above. And I ask for the healing power of love to fill my whole life from up above. God, sometimes I get really choked up at this stuff. God, hold on. Excuse me. That caught me by surprise. I was just doing it for fun, but it kind of really hit me, people. I'm sorry. This is for us now, okay? This is for all of us, okay? We ask for the healing power of love to fill our bodies from up above. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our minds from up above. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our hearts from up above. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our souls from up above. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our relationships from up above. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our loved ones from up above. We ask for the healing power of love to fill our homes from up above. And we ask for the healing power of love to fill our whole lives from up above. So that's what I wanted to share with you, okay? Yes, and what about the cat? We ask for the healing power of love to fill our cats from up above. All right, so let's just wrap it up with a fun little song, okay? I'm going to put this one on because it's lightweight and it's different. I'm just doing this to change the vibe from what I normally do. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I gotta tune in to what the angels say. Listen for the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Walking in circles, feeding all the birds, climbing up a mountain, looking around.
yeah. Smelling all the flowers, staring at the moon. I listen to the waves come crashing down.
Yeah,
Down, yeah, oh, I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I gotta tune in to what the angels say. I listen for the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Smelling all the flowers, staring at the moon. Listen to the waves come crashing down, down. Walking in circles, feeding all the birds. Climbing up a mountain, looking around.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We're waiting on the will.
Of heaven today. Gotta tune in to what the angels say. I'm waiting on the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Do, 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 I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I gotta tune in to what the angels say. I listen for the good news coming my way. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. I'm waiting on the will of heaven today. Sing the word, share the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word, love the word, live the word, vibrate the word, shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sigh the word, love the word, sing it out, sing the word, share the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word, love the word, live the word, vibrate the word, shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sigh the word, love the word, sing it out.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Laura. I hear you. I feel you. Seems like a bunch of you are still chatting there in the background, so I'm just going to let it roll another time. And I bid thee good night. And thank you for a wonderful Oscar evening. Sing it now. I'm going to change the song just because I can. And I want to flip it around. So give me a moment. I just want to give you guys a chance to check out. You know, I know you're gearing up for some of you do your after parties and whatever, but I'm just going to give you another tune to hang out with so you don't have to hear the same tune again. That's all. Okay? I love this song. I'm very, very proud of this little song here. So, this one here. Through the ether. It's like a little farewell song, okay? Being happy, being comfortable, okay? Good night, everybody. Bless you, bless you, bless you. In our seas and our forests, with all of our stones, exploring one another, pushing our boundaries like new lovers. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me. And you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything's gonna be okay. That you're holding my hand all the way. Our innocence is becoming so apparent in our magnificence at the same time too. With your permission and our shared ambition, we get the chance to discover our truth. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me. And you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything is gonna be okay. That you're holding my hand all the way. That you're holding my hand all the way. Holding my hand all the way. Holding my hand all the way. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. It's been a real pleasure. I love doing this for you. You have no idea. You have no idea how much I love doing this for you. I'm just going to try and make it much bigger and better and more effective so that I can give you guys I want you guys to know the love that I feel. I want you guys to know and experience the love that I have that flows through me. And that you have the chance to receive the love that I have known and that I have been able to receive myself. My biggest wish in this world is to bring that to you guys. And that you allow the love to flow through your life in your own world too. Okay? Thank you very much. Have a super night, everybody. Have a super week, okay? Bye-bye. Oh, God.